he committed to Dedede in that kind of sense, and his fundamentals really show. And Guerrero is pretty close up the marker as well. I've seen what this person's Dedede, what their Dedede can really do. But I haven't seen what Josmarlu's Cloud can do. Switching to Cloud instead of the Roy out here, potentially for a little bit more range and that up B out of shield to be able to deal with Gordo, plus the quick projectile to be able to negate Gordo as well. Because that's another thing about Dedede that just sucks ass. You can literally throw your projectile to deflect his projectile! Josmarlu, no!
Dinner was like 3 hours ago.
Dude, that was a full Italian meal.
Oh.
If I've ever seen one. Holy moly, that was not good.
I mean, it looks like Joss is going to recover well enough. Because now all of a sudden, they're really tacking on the big damage. And yeah, I guess you're right. Just having the more range with Cloud definitely seems a little bit more preferable to maybe something with the Roy where you got some sour spots on your hits and your sword's kind of weird property-wise. Buster Sword doesn't really have as much issue with that. And also, you get that Blade Beam that easily reflects Gordos, totally.
I was just thinking Blade Beam, my friends. I feel like having a projectile in this matchup, especially a powerful one that does more than 2% so it can reflect the Gordo, that's so important.
Oh,
Roy doesn't have a projectile, man, which means he actually has to space around that thing. And that's, you know, one of the reasons I feel like Josmarlu is not doing that matchup. Rory, yeah, like once he's in on Dedede, he can just rush him down, but you give Dedede even a semblance of advantage, which, trust me, you're gonna have to force Dedede to have an advantage on, or respect the fact that he'll have one on Wi-Fi because he just has so much stuff that's harder to react to.
Dude,
oh my god.
That would have been a hype play.
Yeah, you would have been hyped watching Dedede all of a sudden?
Well, just because it was a good reaction. It was just good anticipation from it. Like, that's the cool player stuff, but generally speaking, I mean...
His game plan you just dislike.
He's just he's just a big penguin, you know?
He's just a big penguin. That's how I used to feel about Domo growing up. I'm like, what's the big deal? He's just a little hash brown. He's like a hash brown with a face. But Domo was hype. Domo was hype. Domo for Smash. That's the underrated pick. Let's go.
I couldn't even.
But yeah,
maybe
I think it'll happen too.
Right.
I could actually see Domo as an assist trophy. I could literally see that happening. Seems like the kind of like weird niche character, famous in Japan, that they would add as like an assist trophy, you know, just to say he made an appearance. Up tilt gonna do it though. Going with the limit despite the fact that he just respawned. They're not even gonna hang out on the Angel platform to wait out that limit in the 15-second timer. Gonna eat that Blade Beam for it anyway. And here we go. Once again reset, but up an entire stock right now is Guerrero in our final best of 3 of the night. Waiting patiently for an air dodge. Not gonna give it to him is Josmarlu. Instead of whipping out that down air. Getting that spike and all the damage in the world. Josmarlu may be down Crystallodian, but he is definitely not out. See, right there is where Roy would have such a hard time swinging. When he's that close to Dedede, has like at risk of getting hit by the first hit of the side B with no projectile to reflect it. Because you can't reflect the Gordo while Dedede is like shooting it out. You have to wait till it's out a little bit. It has invincibility at the startup. So no good uppy out of shield, like no projectile to deal with that from a distance. Having to, any matchup where you have to respect Gordo, Dedede becomes 10 times harder to fight.
Yeah, that is very true. And it's like a pretty big deal for this character too. Like having Gordo stuff and not having Gordo stuff is literally like changes the whole like trajectory of your strategy if you're Dedede.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like such a thing too, like where it feels like natural to throw out, you know, like just like a projectile, but you literally just have to be ready for it to come back and hit you. Like
or just hold shield.
Oh my god, that was... I'm not exactly sure.
It's Italian. It's an Italian meal.
Oh,
mamma mia! I thought he was gonna get hit by that dash attack.
It's a shame Josmarlu lost that early stock on an SD because...
Yeah, he's keeping it close.
Yeah, because he kept it close regardless. Because sometimes it's not easy to do that when you go down early, especially on an SD. Like, it's a total momentum killer, but Josmarlu definitely was able to keep things at least close, all things considered, despite being down that full stock. I mean, Guerrero18 is a very good Dedede. Does win a lot of these Wi-Fi brackets, so you know what I mean. It's not like always just a Dedede.
Yeah.
All right, so Guerrero18 going up 1 game. This is best of 3, as you already pointed out, Mintunist. We'll see if we get that Roy coming back out. I don't really see a reason for it. I think the Cloud's just fine. Just have to be wary of those SDs. I mean, that's the name of the game at this point.
Yeah, that's definitely important. Definitely don't press one too many buttons and, like, just throw yourself down off the stage like that. Nobody wants to see that, man.
Yeah,
Not even your
jump,
opponent. The only person who may want to see that is Guerrero. He's the only one. But even then, I'm sure he would rather earn the W, like, in more of that kind of way, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'll get further in the bracket and I'll win. I'm happy about winning, but you still, even if you're, like, in that sort of moment, you still feel for your opponent when they SD like that. It just sucks to see, but whatever. That was then. This is now. Josmarlu still has 2 games to secure top 3 at DNA.EXE Season 10, number 2.
Yeah, man. You got it. And I think this is very within Joss's wheelhouse. You know, I appreciate that there was no real hesitation in terms of, you know, should I switch characters, should I not switch characters? I'm pretty sure Roy seems like the main, so sometimes it's easy to go back to the comfort pick, but gonna stick it out with Cloud in a little bit of an uncomfortable spot here against Guerrero, who has kind of just had pedal to the metal since go. But yeah, man, use Climb Hazard. That move is
incredible.
It's good.
It's a good one to say the least. That's why you see Cloud do it as often as he does. This is where the matchup can get really, really scary, though, and where Roy might have a little easier of a time, but at the same time, not really because of that situation right there, man. That's just, ugh.
Yeah, no ledge snaps, and, you know, I mean, losing your jump, whether you're Roy or Cloud, I mean, or any character, really, but especially characters like those, is such an issue. And Dedede is just such like a... Like, you could ledge trap. Like, that's the whole thing with the Gordo. Even if you could reflect it, like, okay.
Maybe he was just scared of going for a grab there because he was scared of, like, Cloud's grab range, like, getting that weird, like, body block stuff. You know how, like, your character pushes the other because you can't, like, cross through opponents in this game, and so that'll cause them to get pushed far enough where the grab doesn't connect. Maybe he was scared of that because Cloud's a little more susceptible to that because his grab is not very good, at least in terms of his grab range, despite the fact that he definitely needs his grab. That's why so many, you know, Cloud players, like, clamor for a grab buff on this character that still has not happened, but regardless, yeah, off the stage, man, no ledge strap. No ledge snap is huge. Pardon me. No ledge snap is huge as that forward tilt takes the stock for dealing with Dedede's ledge trapping. Because, like you mentioned, Dedede, oh god, going for broke right there with the down there. I don't blame him. Yeah. I don't blame him. You know, like, he's got the jumps and, like, the up B that's, you know, goes as crazy far as it does to be able to make it back. Dedede wants to gimp Cloud. You get Cloud off the level without a jump, he should be dead. That's easy pickings for a character like Dedede.
Oh, yeah,
all he has to do is just stay in the air with his multiple jumps, wait for Cloud to be in that one vulnerable spot, and then just drop through with like a forward air or a back air.
Swing that hammer around, absolutely. You can cover yourself with Gordo if you want. All right, so...
And yeah, he's able to get him in those situations way more because the ledge trapping is way more effective against Cloud because he doesn't even auto-snap the ledge. Right there! See? Right there. He couldn't just snap the ledge from below it, and as a result goes above it right there. Maybe he beefy up beat on purpose, I don't know. The point is he got hit by the Gordo for it, and he's still in disadvantage. That's huge in a matchup like this, man. Like, I feel like Cloud can just, could and should, if he's disciplined enough, body Dedede in neutral. But if he doesn't, and he gets put in those offstage situations, that's when you better pick a god and pray.
It's funny, man. We got to see on this stream, what was it, Glenn versus Guerrero last week?
Yes. Yes, it was.
And it was sort of similar story. I mean, it might just be a case of Guerrero being really good at this matchup, but is definitely, like, watching Guerrero play, it seems far from free for, you know, whether it's been for Glenn or for Josmarlu, who's honestly a really good player from what I've seen. Something I was just about to say is I really admire Josh's ability to be patient, especially in situations like these. But regardless of patience, Guerrero's just making the plays.
Yeah, it's goofy. Like, I don't want to say just Wi-Fi, and like that's why Dedede's doing well here, but because I also do, I think it helps Dedede. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think this matchup is definitely a little bit of a sleeper one, to say the least. I think it's more even than people anticipate, and Cloud really just has to be disciplined enough and know when to respect Dedede, and more importantly, when he shouldn't respect Dedede. I think that's also very important in this matchup as well. But hey, 163 is Guerrero right now, looking pretty. Up smash going to do it, though, and we got ourselves an even game. Once again, this is huge for Josmarlu here.
Okay, yeah, coming back swinging, and I appreciate that. Pretty much almost evened up until that. Josh is definitely going to have to continue to slow it down. We've been able to see him do quite a bit throughout this entire bracket. And looking to continue pressing forward, looking at either a game 3 here or a 2-0. That was very close on the left.
I was going to say, I thought he was too far away.
Okay.
Yes, able to snap it from that close, of course. That's important. Not reacting to the rolling time is Guerrero. Seemed like that was one of his only options there.
I love that animation, honestly.
He's like the clothesline.
Yeah, the nail. Okay, this is probably it.
No, he's got that limit. Yeah, but still free.
Yeah. The thing is it was just so easy to predict where he was going to be at the end of that. Like, you know what I mean? Because he already used a second jump, so even if he went low or high, you just know he was going to have to throw it out. Josh took the guess. Is like, I'm just going to go high. Guerrero was ready. That was it. That was all is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's going to be Josmarlu going down to Guerrero18 2-0. Ladies and gentlemen, you hate to see it go down in that fashion, but Guerrero with the Dedede out here making plays with the big fat Pengu.
Yeah, man.
Showing you what they can do. But now Dedede is going to have to go on some pretty serious weight training.
Yeah, he's going to have to go on a diet.
Yeah, he's going.
The Wii Fit trainer.
Yeah.